So I'm going to take another story from the Bible and I'm going to show the parallels to our time today. And that story is the story of Moses. So what happens here? Moses, after delivering the Israelites out of Egypt, they reach Mount Sinai and they camp there. And Moses engages in discussions with God on behalf of the Israelites. And God tells Moses to come up to the mountain. And Moses goes up to the mountain and speaks with God on behalf of the Israelites. They're told not to come near the mountain and to stay away, because they could die, man or beast. Nonetheless, the Israelites, while waiting, become impatient. And so they decide to take matters into their own hands and not wait upon the plan that God had put up. Now this sounds very familiar, if you see where I'm going with this, because we also have been delivered from slavery. Jesus, when he died on the cross, set us free from the bondage of sin. And he went up, ascended up into heaven, and there he's ministering on our behalf before God. However, we here on earth have grown impatient. And we ask, where is the promise of his coming? We don't know what has become of this Jesus. So what happens next in the story? People saw that Moses was taking long from coming down, so they went to Aaron, who's from the tribe of Levi, the priest, the leader of that time. And they say to him, "Make us gods who will go before us." These gods will take them to the promised land, will lead them. Because as for Moses and this fellow, we don't know what has become of him. So Aaron obliges to their request and they make this God. Now in our time, God is patient, long-suffering, so that no one will be lost. But we have grown impatient with the process. And he's in heaven, speaking with God on our behalf, we here on earth have gone to the priests and request that they make gods for us, who's going to take us through this calamity. So we've turned away from God, the God of Abraham, the God of Jacob, the God of Moses, and now we've turned to the God of Mother Nature. We've removed God, we've removed Jesus from our lives, and now we're saying Mother Nature is the way that's going to get us through our present pandemic, our present calamity, our present condition. So we've gone to our priest and we've asked them to make this image for us. The government has gone to the priests and they have united in apostasy against God, in sin, in rebellion against God. What happened in Moses' story? What happened? So Moses is there speaking with God, ministering, doing what he was asked to do. God alerts him and says, get down, go down, the people have corrupted themselves. So Moses comes down from the mountain, and the people were not expecting him. In the middle of their celebration, their festival of their God, he finds the people in sin, and he's angry. And he destroys the calf, mixes the gold with the water, and forces them to drink it. And God, in his wrath, put plagues on the Israelites, and 3,000 of them perished. Now, 1 Corinthians 10 and 11 says, these things happened to them as examples for us, upon who the end of the world have come. We have Jesus, who is in heaven and on our behalf. And we have gone and corrupted ourselves. And God's going to turn to Jesus and say, son, go get my children. And when Jesus comes, we're going to be unprepared. We're going to be found in rebellion and apostasy, worshiping the image that has been set up, this image to the beast. But how will he find you? How will he find you? An interesting story in Luke 16:29 says, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them listen to them. This is the parable of Abraham in the bosom, rich man and Lazarus. And it said if they did not believe, they would not believe a man raised from the dead. If they did not believe the prophets. So we have the example of Moses. If we don't believe that, we're not going to be able to believe that Jesus is coming again. So I'm asking you, how will he find you?